It's time for Future Focus Friday.
Alright, hey guys, it's Mackenzie again from Celina Middle School, school counselor here. My guest this week for Future Focus Friday is Mrs. Johns.
Hello.
Welcome.
Thank you.
Could you just give us a little background as to what you do here and kind of what your role is?
Yeah, sure. I am titled an intervention specialist. I've been with Celina Middle School for 9 years now. I knew from a young age that I really wanted to be a special ed teacher. It kind of all transpired when I was a fourth grader with Mrs. Hy-Vee. We got to go down to the MD classroom and we got to work with those students. And so from that moment on, I just knew that this was the place to be.
Very good. So how long have you been teaching?
9 years.
9 years then, okay.
Yep.
So what kind of education and training did you need to be able to get where you are today?
Okay, so in order to become a teacher, you have to attend a 4-year college. I actually attended Capital University in Columbus. I was there for 4.5 years. I say half because I went ahead and got a special endorsement along with my licensure. So I'm actually licensed to teach intervention K through 12, so kindergarten all through the 12th grade. Also licensed to teach just the general education classrooms K to 5, so that would be, science, history, math, language arts, all of them. And then I can also teach reading K to 12. So I have a pretty broad spectrum what I can teach, which is actually nice when you are a teacher because sometimes you can get burnout with particular positions. So it gives me the flexibility to really, go from one grade level to the next or from one subject area to the next to keep, changing things up.
So do you have to what do you do to maintain all those credentials? Like to be able to do the gen ed and the internet, all those different things, what certificates do you have to keep up?
Okay, so in order to get all my license, I did have to take some exams after completing the courses. Okay. But currently, in order to stay up to date, now that I do have my teaching license, every 5 years I have to renew. And that means you have to have at least 6 credit hours from a college, or you can have CEUs. A lot of times people just take an extra class or two in order to renew their license. But just staying up to date on renewing the license, and there are people in the community that keep track of that. I just got an email actually saying, hey, your license is up in July, which is no big deal because I've already received I just got my master's. It took 20 months, but I received my master's degree, so I've got 30 credit hours that I can add to my licensure, so I can go ahead and move to the next 5-year licensure.
Good for you.
Thank you.
So what are some of the job requirements, or what do you feel like those watching need to know about? What kind of skills you feel like are necessary to do your position?
Patience.
Ooh.
Patience is a big one. Sometimes we get it. Students get frustrated. And so I have to kind of take a step back and think to myself, okay, give this student a little bit more of my patience and know that, okay, maybe I need to present it a different way. So patience is a big one. Second one is flexibility. Not every student is the same. Not every day is the same. So being flexible with, my teaching strategies, the way that students learn. Maybe they want to stand up, maybe they want to sit down. So just being flexible and being patient and being open for changes because not every day is the same. And as a teacher, you will be thrown something new every day.
So you kind of got exposed to it early, then you went to school for it, and you've learned some skills to help you be successful at it. So can you give us some insight into what are some ways that you could lose your job? Because there's a up and a down to everything.
Okay. So the big one I want to address is social media. Social media is going to be your worst enemy. No matter what Facebook post you delete, it's still there somewhere. You don't know if somebody maybe screenshotted it and they have it saved on their phone. So you just really want to be extremely careful with what you post anywhere on social media, not just Facebook, but also Twitter, Snapchat, and those different networks. Yeah. So even at a young age, you may think, well, I'm in 7th or 8th grade, but 7th or 8th grade, that could affect what you do in 7th or 8th grade could affect what your career is when you are 20, 21, 22 years old. So just keep in mind before you post anything, is it kind? And is this going to get me in trouble when I am older?
Okay, so I appreciate all the insight you've given us. We know how you got into the field, kind of some of the things to qualify you for being a teacher. So how about you just share with us a fun fact that maybe your students or us, we are unaware of?
So I was born in 1989, and I was born on January 1st, which makes me the first baby born in Mercer County in the year of 1989. So I think that's pretty cool. We always have a big celebration for my birthday, the ball dropping, but I claim it as my, birthday party. So that's a pretty fun fact.
All right, Mrs. Johns, thank you very much for giving us your time today. And that is a wrap here at Future Focus Friday.